So there's a certain name that is very divisive, that has either people like or dislike. Michael Bay, the director of Transformers, known as Bayformers, and also the producer of Bumblebee, where technically Cena turned into the bad guy first before the Elimination Chamber. But anyway, Armageddon, 1998. From the blockbuster making team who produced and directed The Rock comes the biggest movie of 1998, Armageddon. Starring the explosive talents of Bruce Willis from Die Hard, Academy Award winners Ben Affleck, 1997, Best Original Screenplay, Good Will Hunting, and Billy Bob Thornton, Best Adapted Screenplay, Sling Blade, Liv Taylor, Lord of the Rings Trilogy, Steve Buscemi in Con Air, and Will Patton, Gone in 60 Seconds. Armageddon is a meteor storm of action-adventure movie making that has you on the edge of your seat, forgetting to breathe. When NASA's creative executive director Dan Truman Thornton realizes that the Earth has 18 days before it's obliterated by a meteor the size of Texas, he has only one option: land a ragtag team of roughneck oil drillers on the asteroid to drop a nuclear warhead on to its core. Spectacular special effects, laugh out loud humor, great characters, riveting storytelling, and heartfelt emotion like Armageddon make Armageddon an exhilarating thrill ride you'll want to experience like there's no tomorrow. Total complete fun from beginning to end, says WPIX TV in New York. I've seen bits and pieces of this one. Just there's this oil rig team that is, obviously exploring for oil, and they finally hit some Texas tea. And there's the woman on there there's the daughter on there who's tired of this life and wants. She says, like, hey, I wanted to play with dolls when I was out here at 5 years old on an oil rig, so I'm a little angry right now. And yeah, who's also there with AJ, Ben Affleck, and of course Walter Bruce Willis, who plays Harry Stamper, who does not give his stamp of approval. Yeah. But overall, eventually, their relationships start to develop, and towards the end, you get approval. Yes. This is special effects. This is special effects tour de force. Alright? You get meteors. You get fire. You get explosions. You get something that... You get the meteor's interior that was described. This looks like Dr. Seuss's worst nightmare. That, it very browns mixed with blues and purples. I will admit that when you're doing the composition like that, I like it. I overall think that this is a good, fun movie that you put on. It's a blockbuster, okay? I liked all the special effects. I liked just seeing just this ragtag crew. But granted, there have been lots of other movies where this, I guess, a motley crew. Yeah, literally, this is truly the definition of a motley crew coming together for a purpose, and it's like, it's straight to the point. There's no subtlety about it. There's no, like, inner monologues or, what's the word I'm looking for, dichotomies going on. It's a team that's trying to stop a giant meteor. It says exactly what the heck is going on, alright? And it's like, you get the beginning. It's like you get where the crew is going underneath the NASA training, trying to meet all the protocols, doing the mental evaluation of whether if they're suitable to handle this type of pressure. And it's like we get to see all these characters with their personalities that are there just enough for them to stand out. All right. It's like you get the pervert, you get a guy who has a horse ranch, who also takes horse tranquilizers. You have Michael Duncan Clark, who loved from, obviously, of the Green Mile, the complete opposite of his character in there, riding a motorcycle. You get Bruce Willis, just as he says, just literally another day in the office for him. You get Liv Taylor, and you know what? It's fine. You know the characters, you know their traits, and you do get some funny humor, especially with, like, the part where he's saying, hey, I've got 5 words for you, I'll never do it again. And then it increases to 11 words, like, oh, when AJ says to, what was that? To Harris, like, oh, it's like, oh, AJ, you wonderful man, I'm so sorry for everything I said. I just like that running joke. And then at the end, eventually it says, damn, you're a good man, AJ. And it's like, oh, that's 6 words. So I guess it's like that joke was done just enough to where it doesn't get old. I usually say 3 is the limit. Yeah. Of course, the stakes are extremely high. It's like, they all get flying up. And it's like roughly the last, I don't know, hour or so is spent on this meteor, just trying to drill it. They're trying to pierce it to place this massive nuclear warhead inside, 800 feet. Because if this gargantuan Texas-sized meteor passes this, what's called the zero barrier, it'll pretty much just eviscerate the entire planet. So it really is a frantic trip to try and get. It's really a frantic exercise to get everything handled. And it's like the special effects here are really freaking fantastic. Just depicting the world that they're in. It feels real, and it's like it's all integral to the story. It doesn't feel like it's just explosion porn or shell case porn as seen in the Matrix. It feels like as mature as you can get for this style, for blockbuster summertime action, okay? And you watch it and it feels like everything is just intact and it has a purpose. Albeit, I really don't know if asteroid interiors are purple, which I gotta say, but it's like all the explosions, all the everything that the crew went through. It all feels real and it's complete. Ergo, giving us the true definition of a summer blockbuster. Alright? That's exactly how you view this. You have a lousy day, you come home, you can either select between Marvin Van Peebles, The Spiral Staircase, Papillon, but you're not really in the mood to watch anything that requires a different mindset. You just want to throw on something that's loud, fun, and big with explosions. That's exactly what Armageddon is right here. Michael Bay did a very fantastic job directing this, albeit because Bruce Willis said didn't like Bay's directing style of everything. I guess just being straight to the point. Those two haven't worked together. And NASA has actually watched this movie, and they've found, what was that, upwards of 168 errors that could happen with an engine ignition, the training astronauts go through, way how a meteor looks, things like that. So can you just imagine that? 168. So maybe SpaceX could find 169. I don't know. Then again, I wouldn't exactly trust that. I wouldn't exactly trust Musk with that, but that's irrelevant. So I don't know. I just think, it's like, exactly what you're getting with this. You're getting characters that have just enough depth to them to make them that you care about them just enough. You get great special effects. You get drama, I guess. I would have liked to seen a little bit more, maybe just a little bit more the bonding between what's going on with Liv Taylor. and Bruce Willis, maybe just a little bit more. I don't know. It's really the only thing I can think of. You get explosions. You know exactly what you're getting. So I don't know. Just with this movie also received a Criterion release. It's never really been explained why, but because the compositions here, the shots, the colors are so fantastic, and also The Rock, and it feels like this was an action or blockbuster movie that kind of changed things. I think that it received the Criterion treatment and release, and because also this movie's so popular, was able to help fund getting some of like Luigi Falcione, who is that, Falcione, and other actors and directors you've never heard of. So I don't know. If you're in a good summer blockbuster, you turn your brain off, and I recommend that you watch Armageddon.